What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is living in Grand Junction, Colorado. So Starbucks, not all that exciting, right? But it's all part of this new project that we're at here at Dos Rios. We're going to talk more about that too. But the only thing constant is change, they say. And the more things change, the more they stay the same. We're going to start out with a little story about all that. We're going to do it right now. What is going on, everybody? I'm Robert Hayes, along with my wife Christie and the rest of the team. We are the Hayes Home Group right here in gorgeous Grand Junction, Colorado. Hey, if you guys are looking to find out any questions that you need answers on about Grand Junction, or you are just ready to move out to this gorgeous weather, well, there's only one way we can help you guys. The information popping up below. Reach out any way that you know how. Give us a phone call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send that dang carrier pigeon. We will always have your back with any questions, and we'll definitely have your back when you're ready to make that move here to gorgeous Grand Junction. So yep, like I said at the top, change is inevitable, and that's certainly going down here at the Dos Rios development. It's right off Riverside Parkway, which is also only about 10 years old. That wasn't here. Gives you more access to go east-west across the valley. So that's a good change. But here at Dos Rios, it's going to be about 58 acres of mixed-use development, retail space, hence the Starbucks. You're going to have a splash pad for the kiddos, a park setting, residential, all kinds of fun stuff going on here at Dos Rios. But back to that story. When our son was about 10, 11 years old, and comment below if you remember this, there was a video game on Sony PlayStation called Roller Coaster Tycoon, and man, did he love that game. And the whole idea behind the game itself was you had to basically start from scratch, a blank slate, and create your own fascinating and profitable amusement park. So what you would do is you would start building roller coasters, and depending on how fun or intense the roller coaster was, then that would determine what kind of ticket sales you would get on that particular ride. And then you might have to change it up a little bit. And then the pathway going to and from the roller coaster, was there a bench right outside the exit that people would certainly enjoy, and then maybe a concession stand close by with cold drinks, that sort of thing. That would determine the sales that you would get on the concessions, and then it would just grow from there. But you would always monitor your ticket sales, and if the ticket sales were dropping, you would kind of survey your amusement park to try to see if there was some changes that you could do to make it more enjoyable and more profitable. And that was just super fun for he and I to kind of sit down and plan different pathways through the amusement park, the different rides, the concession stands, the placement of those. And that's kind of something that I think people will understand when it comes to change in a city or town. That's certainly going to be something that you'll see here in Grand Junction as well. Now, there's both sides of the coin when it comes to that. You'll have the folks that have been here, like Christie, since the early 70s, where it's very noticeable from then until now. And I'm definitely one that's nostalgic. I get it. And I think those of you in your 40s, 50s, 60s, even 70s, looking back at maybe a simpler time, it's fun to do. But the bottom line is, the world's population is growing. Back in when I was born in the late 60s, the population in the world was about 3 billion and change. It's pretty much double that now. It's just what happens over history, more and more people. And that's certainly true here in Grand Junction as well. Although the good news is it's relatively tame as far as that growth rate. It's still only about 1.5% annually. About 50 grand and change when I moved here 20 years ago, and now we're approaching 70,000, so it's not too darn bad. But even with an additional 20,000 people in 20 years, change like this is going to happen. Off in the background there, you can see part of the residential aspect of Dos Rios. We actually showed a client one of those, and he was thinking about it and wound up getting, here's the Colorado right here, guys. I mean, that is the Colorado River. So this whole riverfront trail retail space is going to be absolutely phenomenal. And then your splash pad, I'll show you the sign and where that's going to be. Here you go. Splash at Dos Rios. That's going to be all this section right over here. So I guess what I'm trying to say is when the population grows, people are going to have to find a place to live. And that's certainly the case in Grand Junction as well, whether it be a job situation, whether it be family or friends that already live here, whether it's the incredible sunshine and the weather, the minimal winters, or you can see the bike path right here, people riding on this gorgeous day, high of 60 something degrees here in March. Not too shabby. Book cliffs there in the background. If it's that outdoor lifestyle, people are going to want to head here to Grand Junction. So because of that, there has to be an upkeep of what the city is going to be able to offer that slow growth. And you'll know, you've been in a city or town, I'm sure, where the growth rate is such that the city isn't keeping up, and you can tell. But I think for the most part, the city does a pretty darn good job of keeping up with that minimal growth, which again is necessary. Now, again, you'll get both sides of that. We had a downtown project that is a pilot project, from my understanding, where they put in some bike lanes and they did horizontal parking, and you got half the city that absolutely hates it, and you got some folks that absolutely love it. So it just depends on who you talk to. You know, don't change it, don't ruin our downtown, keep it just like it was. So you've got that contingent, and then you have the contingent that says, well, no, it's necessary. So the jury's still out on that one. I think they're still talking about what they want to do with that. But then again, you got the Dos Rios, got the kiddos over here, gonna have that splash pad going in, and then 58 acres of mixed use, retail, commercial, residential. Of course, you got a Starbucks on every corner in every city, it seems like, so you're gonna have that as well. Just all part of the growth. This splash pad looks like it's gonna be super fun for the kiddos. Heck, I don't even think you need to be a kiddo to have some fun in here. I'm pretty sure it's going to be open September of this year, of 2025. Got the little viewing section for the parents. But yeah, I mean, I can notice and have noticed when construction's going on and I've got an appointment across town, I got to think, oh, that's right, they've got construction going on along such and such a road, so I'm going to want to avoid that and go down, you know, head north, then cut back east, then back south, and then continue on. Yeah, and it's kind of a pain, but I mean, we really are spoiled. You can go anywhere in the valley in 15 minutes, and you know, we get bummed out because we got a little 2.5 minute delay because construction they might be doing. They're talking about doing an expansion, or not an expansion really, but a new Interstate 70 interchange east of the valley on 29 Road. They're doing a pilot study on that, and I think that's necessary just based on, you know, again, some of the increased vehicular traffic on Patterson. And I say some because, again, those old timers, boy, I remember 30 years ago I was the only car at the stoplight, or the first car and now I'm 2 cars back instead of the first car. We're spoiled. There's still no traffic here, guys, but if you lived here for 50 years, you've noticed obviously a little bit of an increase on the, you know, the city streets, but again, it's a nothing burger. Anyone that you talk to that we've helped from a bigger city, they just laugh when the locals say that there's traffic here. And then the improvements they've done on the east end of the valley, the brand new Clifton Community Center. It wasn't there a year ago. Now it is, some place for the families to go. A community center. We only had one in Fruita on the west end of the valley, and that's only a town of 11,000 people, but they have their own hospital as of what, 10-12 years ago, something like that, so they don't have to come into town to Grand Junction for their medical needs. Colorado Canyons Hospital is something that the city planners figured that was a good thing for the folks in Fruita to have their own medical facility. So all that to say, change is inevitable. And like I said, I think the city does a pretty darn good job of keeping up with the slow growth that we do have, and making sure that those that are looking to come out this way, again, that minimal growth is a good thing. We're landlocked, guys. We got the Colorado National Monument right there to the south, the world's largest flat top mountain, the Grand Mesa off to the east, and you got the Book Cliffs there to the north. So it's not like, you know, the Oklahoma flatlands where it's just going to be growth after growth after growth. We don't have the room to do that, which is why that growth rate is so minimal. But to keep up with the growth that we do have, I think it's a good thing, and definitely not a bad thing. So if you have any more questions about the growth, new subdivisions popping up, anything at all about Grand Junction, or if you're just ready to move out this way, there's only one way we can help you guys. The information popping back up below. Reach out any way that you know how. Give us a phone call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send the carrier pigeon. We will always have your back with any questions. We'll definitely have your back when you're ready to make that move here to gorgeous Grand Junction. Until the next video, we'll catch you later.